Hello people, I haven't uploaded a video in a while. To be honest, I feel like I have nothing to upload. I have been home since May. You guys saw like my moving out process. I go back to uni in August. I haven't been doing there's been nothing for me to do, no your typical summer vacation. It's not like that for me, and I never have like a typical summer vacation. I never do any big summer trips or anything. Obviously I would love to, but previously I was not in the positions where I could financially, and also my family just isn't the type to travel every single summer vacation, or even road trips. We don't really do that either. There were a few summers where we did things, but we're not consistent at all. And so especially 2020 and afterwards, things slowed down a lot for us. We stopped all the road tripping, even just to go visit other family members in other states. And we stopped, we never even, I think the last time I had a really big trip with my family was freshman year of high school, and we went back to India. Typically if we do a big summer vacation or something like that, it's usually we go back to India. And then after that, I didn't really have anything huge until I went to go study abroad. But that wasn't really vacation. It's I actually did go to school. So every summer, basically, my point is especially after 2020, we don't do any trips at all, and it sucks, especially for someone that loves, I cannot, I find it really annoying to just be in one place the whole time. But it's just something that has to be done for reasons that I don't want to go into on the internet. So this summer I have been trying to keep myself a little bit more busy. This summer feels extra long compared to other summers. I have no idea what it is. I've been trying to keep myself busy, so I had summer classes the whole month of June, ending of May and the whole month of June, and then I was supposed to have a summer class in July, but that got cancelled. It's complicated, so I'm not doing that anymore, which is actually fine. It kind of works out because I'm doing an unpaid internship, and since the internship is unpaid, I need some source of income. So I'm also going to be starting a job, a full-time job, in that same month. Wait, it's actually July 2nd today, so this month, and it's all within 2 days. I'm literally starting within the same time, and that's already gonna take up so much of my time. So I guess it kind of worked out that my summer class got canceled, but obviously I would have liked to get those credits out of the way. But also it was just one class, so it's fine. But I'm just gonna film 2 or 3 days, and I'm also gonna include a little section right after this clip of a little book unhaul that I did. I thought I was gonna put that in my end of the year wrap up, book wrap up, but I think I'm actually just gonna put it in this video because my book wrap ups tend to be very long, and if this is just a 2 or 3 day vlog, I don't think it's gonna be as long as my other videos, so I'm just gonna add it in here. So yeah, I did unhaul a few books. I actually just took big tote bag, those reusable grocery bags. We had one that was ripping and stuff, so I just took one and I put clothes in it that I wasn't wearing anymore and all those books, and I went and dumped it in a big donation bin that we have, and that felt good. So this is going to be a little book unhaul section, basically, because I have a very little bookshelf, a very small bookshelf. I only have room for this bookshelf in my room. I cannot add any more bookshelves because I only have this room to put bookshelves in. One day, hopefully, when I have a house or apartment on my own, I can put in way more bookshelves and have way more books, but for now this is all I have. So I have to create space as much as I can for new books. And so I'm gonna do a little book unhaul just because I know I'm not gonna be donating that many books. I just decided to put it in with this video rather than making a whole new video out of it, because there's not gonna be that many books that I want to donate or that I'm going to donate. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is my bookshelf. I'm sure you guys have seen it in the background of many videos, but it's a little bit all over the place. So my top shelf, I'm probably not going to take anything out. I just have my Harry Potter books, the Divergent trilogy. Even though this one is like the only one that I like, I'm still going to keep all 3 books just because I'm very particular about that kind of stuff. This is the Court series, like A Court of Thorns and Roses and all that, like the ACOTAR series. And I'm debating on whether to keep this or not. I'm still very indecisive on these, so I'm not sure, to be honest. So I'm just gonna keep them there for now. And then I have the Hunger Games trilogy right here, and the rest is like decor stuff. So then in here, I'm probably going to donate this, because the Maze Runner, because I'm not too crazy about it, and I only want to keep books that I know for a fact mean a lot to me, or I know that I want to pick up again, or I know that I enjoyed a lot. And this, I don't remember doing any of those 3 things, or I'm not gonna do any of those 3 things. So that's like kind of like my checklist, and this doesn't fall under that checklist. So I'm going to donate this. As much as I love Dylan O'Brien, I have the movie, I don't need the books. Love this book. This book is, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. This is Miss Peregrine's. This, I love this book. Yes, 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 yes. Actually, I do like this book more than the series, so I will be keeping this. These 3 books, okay, I know people are gonna like scream, but I think I'm gonna donate them, because I'll tell you why. So sorry for this horrible lighting and setup, but this was like a very spontaneous thing that I wanted to do. So I'm literally I don't care what I look like. I just don't. So I think I'm gonna donate that trilogy, because I'm not as obsessed with it as I used to be. As I used to be. Yeah, I'm not as obsessed with it as I once was, basically. And that's number 1. Number 2 is I was on the To All the Boys I've Loved Before bandwagon when it was really, really popular. Like, I didn't even know that it was a book when the movie came out. I only like figured that out maybe a few days after the trailer came out. So at first I just knew of the movie. I just thought it was like a random rom-com. I didn't know that it was based off of a book. So I think this is one of the trilogies where I watched the first movie first, and then I read the first book, and then I read the rest of the 2 books. 1, I only like the first book. I don't really care for the last 2. 2, again, I don't do this very often at all, and it's on purpose. I don't watch things and I don't read things when there's big hype around it, because that really hinders my own opinions and my vision of how much I really like that book or that movie or whatever. So this is one of those that I read and I watched when it was so popular, and all my friends around me were going crazy for it, and even I was. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would repost things on Twitter all the time. I would bookmark so many, or not bookmark, I would save so many Instagram posts. I think I had like a couple screenshots of like Noah Centineo just because I thought it was cute, and some pictures, so I screenshot. I don't know, I was like weirdly crazy about it, and now looking back I'm like, why? Not because it's not good, but I'm just like, it wasn't that good for me to go like so crazy about it. I'm sorry, but it's just true. So, and also I think I also went crazy for it because I was in high school at the time, and so was she, and she was having this like amazing love story that I wasn't having, so I was just like secretly wanting that. And so I think that's another big reason as to why I was just so into it, because I was like, oh man, I wish I had that. Like, it was just this like far reality that I wish I had had, and I was just in that same like age range and everything. So yeah, anyways, long story short, I still like it, but I'm not crazy obsessed over it, and I don't need the series. I just don't need it. I just don't need it. So, and if taking out these 3 books that I'm not that crazy about anymore means that I can put 3 more better books that I'm literally like, I have sitting right here in my like physical TBR. Like, I guarantee you these 3 books will change my life more than those 3 have. So that, for me, for someone with a small shelf, I can make that sacrifice. I don't really mind at all. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving those 3 books away. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. This, I do like the book. I think the movie's so bad though. This I'm gonna keep. This I'm gonna give away because YouTuber books are just not my thing anymore. It's a beautiful book. He has some great photography, Connor Franta, in that book, but yeah, not into it. This is like one of my favorite classic books ever. Out of all the classics that they forced me to read in high school, this is like the only one that stuck with me. Like, I remember To Kill a Mockingbird and everything, but this is like the only one for some reason that made like such a huge effect on me. So yeah, love that book. This is, yeah, Rupi Kaur, which I'm definitely gonna keep. Definitely gonna be giving this away because he's basically an Indian-based author, and there's been a lot of Bollywood movies made out of his books, but he's very, like, his books are so misogynistic and sexist and awful, so I'm just not into it. Keeping, and keeping. Okay. Now let's move on to the very last shelf. You know, I did a quick skim of all the books here, and I don't think I'm gonna be donating anything except this one. You guys know that I didn't really like this book like at all, so I'm not gonna be keeping that one. But all of these books I really liked and I would really want to keep. So yeah, only one book is gonna be donated from this row. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick run through of what I'm donating. Leave the World Behind by Ruman Alam. 5 Point Someone by Chetan Bhagat. A Work in Progress by Connor Franta, signed copy. Always and Forever, Laura Jean by Jenny Han. P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. And The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of like prep for July. Like, I need to wipe off my June calendar because I have like a whiteboard calendar, and put in all the important days that I need to put in for July, like people's birthdays or start dates of my jobs, meetings, things like that. I know there's gonna be a bunch of due dates soon for my job as well. Then tomorrow, I'm hoping that my internship starts tomorrow. I hope that my boss saw my email because she was initially gonna start it on July 5th, and I was like, girl, I cannot start on July 5th because I start my job on the same day, and my job is like a full-time job, so I cannot like have them both starting on the same day, especially like start date. Like, if I'm more into it, I can balance both, but like a start date where I really need to pay attention to all the rules and regulations and everything for both jobs, I'm like, I cannot be doing both of those on the same day. I asked her if we could just start Monday, which is tomorrow, and then Tuesday is July 4th. I don't think I'm doing anything, and then July 5th is when my job starts. So my internship, I'll just give a little bit of detail, I guess. My internship, I am a business administration major, a marketing concentration, and a international studies minor. So with that, I was particularly looking into marketing internships. But the thing with getting jobs and internships is that you need to have experience in order to get more experience. I saw someone talking about this on TikTok and I so relate, and that's very hard to do. So I got rejected a lot from internships because I didn't have that first internship experience, which I'm like, how do you expect me to get that first internship experience if you're not even gonna hire me? You know, like for my first internship, like how do you expect me to even get more internships? But anyways, yeah, it's all twisted. And number two, I would apply to so many and they just wouldn't reply back. So I either got rejected or I got no answer. Or this one time, they said they were interested. I had a meeting and everything, and then they just ghosted me. So I really don't know what is wrong with companies these days, but I feel like not all of them, but like I swear they're getting less and less professional, like half of them. I'm probably, in my head, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna vlog today. Not that I'm doing much today, but you know, maybe show you guys a little bit of how I like to like organize my life before I do something or I start something like big or like something that requires like my attention and my skills, like whether it's school or job or I don't know, whatever it is. Probably July 3rd and probably July 5th. Just to show you guys a little bit of what it feels like to be a college student in this day and age. But if I'm doing something fun on July 4th, then I might vlog July 4th, but I really don't think I am. Other than that, I'm starting a new book. I'm finally starting Normal People, or reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. You guys, this is another book just like The Silent Patient that's been on my list, like on my TBR for so long, and I haven't got to it, and it's really embarrassing because I watched the show before I read the book, which I don't really like to do, but it's fine. But the show was absolutely incredible. I'm getting lots of likes on a tweet that I tweeted about. There was this like F1, you know how F1 drivers have to do like a conference after their race? This reporter asked a really stupid question to Charles Leclerc? Charles Leclerc, okay, whatever his freaking name is. And I was like, I tweeted him like, where do these reporters get their journalism or communications degree? Because that was literally the stupidest question I've ever heard, and now I'm getting a lot of likes on it. But why am I talking about this? I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. I hope it turns into something substantial and something helpful for maybe college students who are just coming in, or college students who are applying to internships or something like that. Like, I just hope it's helpful in some way, but I'll try my best. Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little update for my bed. I was literally in the same spot yesterday. This is where I get out. Who am I kidding? I don't get out from bed. I actually do stay in this position for like most of the time. Well, things got a little bit complicated, but I kind of figured it out. So I thought my first day of my internship would be today, and I was like ready to like be filming it for you guys and like all that. No, my first day of my internship is actually also going to be my first day of my job. When I say job, I mean like my paid full-time job where I actually have to go in person and work. And when I say internship, it's all remote and unpaid, unfortunately. So today I'm not really doing anything. Tomorrow's July 4th, so I'm obviously not doing anything. And then July 5th is going to be like the big day. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys this notebook. I don't know if this is something that will help, but this is something that I just started doing. But I have this random notebook that I got like years ago, and this is actually where I used to keep track of all the books that I read before I had a Goodreads, but now I have a Goodreads, so I don't really use this anymore for that. Now I've been using this notebook just to write all the information for my internship. So there were some important things that she said at the interview meeting, and then like important times for Zoom meetings and stuff, because I use a planner when I'm in school, but I don't use a planner when I come home, like for the summer, even if I know that I have things to do and I need to like write them down and like remember the dates and stuff. I still, for some reason, I don't use a planner. I think it's because like when I come back from school, I just keep all that stuff like in the backpack that I use for school, and I just don't take that stuff out, and then I just kind of like forget halfway through the summer, and I'm like, what's the point? So instead of using planners, I do use like I have so many of these little list papers. Like I have so many different kinds, so honestly it's fine if I don't use a planner, because I need to use these notepads up. So like I really need to use them up because I just have way too many. So I write like due dates and things on that. Just I don't create like a like whole schedule or anything. I just write due dates, like to-do lists, you know, very like free-handed, like nothing too strict. For my internship, I wanted to, I guess, keep like a separate notebook, because like for my internship, it's not just like due dates. Like I think due dates I will still write on this, but for example, if there are certain concepts that I'm learning in my internship, sorry if you can hear fireworks, it's 4th of July tomorrow, so yeah, everyone's going crazy. What was I saying? I think I'm still gonna write due dates on that notepad, but again, there are certain concepts that I learn in my internship that I just want to remember, because since this is more like real world experience, like work, and it relates to potential tasks that I'm gonna have in a full-time job in the future, I want to be able to remember those concepts. And then also, I think it's also nice to write down the concepts that you're learning and the tasks that you have, so that in your resume you can create like a more accurate list of all of like the duties that you performed for the job. Because, you know, if you write something that's like fresh in your mind that you learned down, it doesn't need to be like a whole like summary of everything you learned. It can literally just be the name of the concept, and then you have like a more like accurate description to put down for your resume. And then when you're submitting your resume, like the specific I don't know, like programs you use, let's say, or certain projects that you were a part of, or campaigns, those like more specific things can be more attractive, I think, to hiring managers. So I mean, that's just me, but yeah. But I also write like meeting dates and just random, it's kind of like, it's very free style writing. It's not anything like class notes where it's super organized or anything, but I think it helps to just have like an internship notebook, and I'll use this for future internships because I would like to do at least one more internship after this one. If I end up getting like a full-time job after this internship, then no complaints at all. But in my realistic practical mind, I think I'm gonna have to do one more internship. You never know, like through connections and everything these days, you can get jobs way faster than having the experience, which is kind of crazy to me, but it just is what it is these days. So I would like to keep that notebook for like future internships, or if I do any future internships, or even other like full-time jobs. Maybe for a full-time job I'll have a more professional notebook, especially if I have to go in person to an office. But I don't know, maybe we'll use the same one because I would like to use up like the notebooks and the notepads and all those things that I have. It's also nice to look back on that information. Like, people always say that about school notes, like keep your school notes so you can look back on them and things like that, but I didn't ever look back on my school notes. That stuff was not, it's not that it wasn't helpful, but like I just don't want to look, because to me, I look back at my school notes, let's say for reference, and I just get stressed because I just think in my head like, oh, I need to reteach myself all this stuff again. But I feel like whereas internship notes or like work notes, since you're like working with those concepts in real time and you're not just learning and having people spit information at you, since you're like also utilizing what you learned, it's a more instantaneous like memory. Like when you just look at the concept, you're like, yeah, I know how to work this program, or yeah, I know how to do this, I know what that means, whatever. So maybe, I don't know, try it for you. Maybe have a little notebook on the side. Again, you don't have to go super in detail. It doesn't have to be like school notes, like university notes. It doesn't have to be that detailed. Maybe just write little concepts down that you've learned. Or can people not? My dog is probably like pissing himself right now. But yeah, maybe try having a notebook on the side. Maybe it'll help to remember certain things and jog up a memory. Also, new season of The Witcher came out. I'm not a big, like, I don't play the video games, I've never read the books, but I do like fantasy in TV shows or movies, but more in TV shows. I think it's a really fun show, and I think I mostly watch it because of the actress who plays Yennefer. I love her. She's actually half Indian, but she's also a good actress, and she's really pretty, and I love her character as well. But it's so entertaining, and I love fantasy. So I think I like watching fantasy more than dystopian, but when I'm reading it, I understand dystopian more than I understand fantasy, so it's really weird. What do you guys think about Liam Hemsworth being the new Witcher? Because I don't know, I think it'll be fine. I'm not a big Henry Cavill fan, actually. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion, but I'm just not. I feel like he's a little weird in real life. Not weird as in kooky, as in like, I don't know. I heard that he likes to play with like action figures and stuff, which I think that's really cute. But I'm like weird in terms of like women. I think he's a little bit weird. Oh my god, I cannot get through my talk. It's like ruining my train of thought. I've also been watching a lot of F1. I think I already mentioned that. I'm really into F1. Comment your favorite drivers down below. I barely get comments on my videos, but maybe this one will be people. Guys, I have conflicting feelings on Max Verstappen, but I think my favorite is definitely Mr. Lewis Hamilton. He's the best. I love him. I need to go back and watch all the older how the older racers drove. Like, I don't know, like I know I've heard from so many people that like Mick Schumacher was a great racer, but I've don't know like much about like in detail about his racing, but I know that he was a great racer.
Lewis, I think Lewis will always be a writer. I just like him as a person. I like him, like as a racer. I think he's just amazing. He's also just so good looking. That's side note. They're like Charles Leclerc. But he's my second, and I don't know who my third is. I feel like there's somebody that could be my third, like Daniel Ricciardo. But I don't know. Like I'm
Okay, I will admit Max is a great racer, but he pisses me off so much because he gets so mad when other people make mistakes on the like racetrack, and he gets so mad when other people like push him off, but he has done that to so many other drivers. I'm like, you're such a hypocrite, bro. But and then like I felt so bad when he like got pissed off with Esteban and George like a few years ago after they like drove him off the racetrack, and I'm like, bro, I've seen you do that to like 10 other drivers. Chill. It just, he pisses me off. But also him and his girlfriend look exactly the same. Anyways, but I do admit he's a great racer. I'm not a hater. I'm not a Max hater. I think he has great talent. I think he's a great racer. But it's like, bro, just own up to your mistakes and take it down a notch, okay? I mean, everyone has shit that they're actually with Max. I literally want to take him. I want to like carry him. Not that I could carry him, but I literally want to carry him and put him in like a therapist's office, because the boy has got major daddy issues, and I don't think he realizes that he has daddy issues. I feel like it's the root of all his stupid behavioral choices. Sorry, but this is my last update. So I read 20 pages of Normal People yesterday, and immediately I was like, I can easily read this book in a day, finish this book in a day, but I want to savor it so bad. Has anyone else had that feeling where they read such a good book that they just want to savor everything, every little word that they read, every page they read? Like, I want to savor this so bad. It's so good. It's so good, and I'm only 20 pages in. Now I understand the hype of Sally Rooney's writing. She is phenomenal. So do you guys remember Spark? Of course you do. He's literally the video that I adopted him is, or I didn't adopt him, my sister did, but still. It is like my most viewed video on this channel. And now he's so big. Hey guys, it is July 5th. It's 10:05, so I have like 25 minutes till my, this is crooked, till my meeting starts. And I still look like this. But it's okay, because I don't really have to get like dressed up or anything, because it's just like a home Zoom. It's not Zoom, but it's like a Google Meet. So my meeting today is from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. so it's 1 hour. It's not too bad. And then work starts at 3, so I'm gonna leave here by 2:30 because they said to get there 15 minutes early. Today is kind of just like training, orientation. I think right after the meeting is done, I might try to go back to sleep and like take a 1 hour like power nap, because I have not been sleeping well at night, and then I end up like actually falling asleep like sometime at like 4 a.m. or something. It's really bad. So I know that if I don't try to take at least like an hour power nap, I might be like super dead at work, because I don't know how long work is gonna be, because it's not just like a regular work day today, it's like my training orientation day. regular workday for me would be from 2 to 10 p.m. So I'm gonna put some clothes on. Okay, so I just made my bed. I actually do this like every day, even when I don't have meetings and stuff. Not that my bed is even gonna show in the background, but I just, for my peace of mind, I need to make my bed. Honestly, I would eat breakfast. For some reason, when I wake up earlier, I tend to have an appetite for breakfast more than when I sleep in. But I honestly don't know if I have time. I have to check. I might only have like 10 minutes. My desk is a mess. Ideally, I would have cleaned this up. But I just, you know, it's annoying to clean up stuff that you don't know where to put. And this is, all the stuff is like that. I don't know where to put it. Yeah, but maybe I'll try to like tidy this up really quickly. Okay, I am so dead right now. I'm not even gonna lie. By the way, I know that waking up at 9:30 is not even that early. Trust me, I know. For me, like, I have a lot of trouble waking up. Okay, not a lot. But I'm not a morning person, but if I need to wake up for something, I'll wake up at a decent time. But I do have more trouble, I should say, waking up at any hour before 8 a.m. or even 8 a.m. Yeah, 8 a.m. and before is like no one talk to me, no one look at me, no one breathe in my direction. No, just leave me alone. But for some reason, when I like travel, that comes so easy. Even though I love sleeping so much and I love sleeping in, when I travel, you want me to get up at 7 a.m? Girl, I'll get up at 7 a.m. voluntarily. You want me to go watch the sunrise at like 3 a.m. in the morning? I'll go watch the sunrise at 3 a.m. in the morning. But if it's like for something else, if I have to wake up for 8 a.m, let's say for like class or something, I'm like, oh my god. Like I know there's some vlog clips of like me waking up for exams super early, or like me waking up for a class super early, like before 8 a.m. and dying. Yeah, but right now I feel at least a little bit better, but it does suck that we don't have a coffee machine at home. My family are not coffee drinkers. I'm literally the only one, and I got even more used to it when I went to France, because at school they would have a coffee machine. It was super cheap and it wasn't like that yummy or anything, but it did help me wake up. And so yeah, I would literally go to school, because I would have to wake up early for school too. So I would go to school and I would get a coffee every day, and like honestly minimum 2, because again, number 1, it was so cheap, easy, and fast. Number 2, it was almost like a cultural thing that during like class break, you leave class, because what break was like 15 minutes. You leave class and you either go for a smoke or you either get coffee. Obviously, you don't have to do any of those things. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's such a loser, she didn't smoke outside with us, or she didn't get a coffee with us. Like, it's not like that. But like, I would say majority of the people would do either one of those two. And so I got really used to drinking coffee like a lot when I was in France. I'm not like an energy drink gal, so I wish there was something else that I could substitute it with, but I'm not into energy drinks. They're just too sugary for me, and if they're not too sugary, then the ones that I've tried are too medicinal. Like, I hate Red Bull. I feel like if anything, I should have gotten that habit of always having coffee in the US first, because there's a Starbucks on every corner of the street in the US. Like, there's a Starbucks everywhere. Surprisingly, not one single one is like walking distance to me, but still, there's a Starbucks like everywhere. So you would have thought that I would have already had that addiction before I went to France, but no. But then when I came back, it made it hard for me to quit, because again, everywhere I went there was a Starbucks. When I got to college, like when I moved back into like my uni, it was even harder because there are coffee places everywhere, obviously, because college students need their coffee. Long story short, I'm addicted to coffee, but now we don't have a coffee machine at home, so I have to find other ways. I mean, actually, I would not say I'm addicted. I would not say I'm addicted, but I'm getting there. What's saying is that since we don't have coffee, my mom is making me orange juice. So nice. She didn't have to do that, but we have a little orange juice like presser at home that makes fresh orange juice if you put like orange pieces in it. So she's making me that, and hopefully I wake up. Orange juice actually does help. Let's hope. Also got ice cold water just in case, because sometimes that helps too. Also, a tip if you want to look more mature and kind of like mask how sleepy you are, if you're just like me, or how tired you are, then I would say, sorry, I'm just putting all my stuffed animals on my bed. I would say it's one thing that might help like cover the look maybe a little bit, maybe not like too much, but glasses. I think they make you look smarter. Two, I think they make you look more mature. Maybe it's more mature, maybe not smarter, but like a little bit more mature. And number three, they kind of help cover your eyes from, not cover because obviously you're just looking through clear glass, but I feel like it provides like a barrier so they can't see how tired you are directly just looking at your eyes. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Also, sorry, this is a croissant. Nothing like a French one, but it'll do. I wish I had a better pair that fit me better because these are kind of loose. But these, I don't actually wear glasses, by the way. I actually have pretty decent vision. But when I went to the eye doctor like a few years ago, I think it was like during COVID, they convinced me that I needed reading glasses. Yeah, honestly, I think they were trying to help me, but I think it was also a way to get money. Why is it crooked? Why are you crooked? Maybe it's my nose. My nose is seriously like my number one insecurity, but we'll fix it later. Maybe it's my hair as well. Maybe I didn't put it evenly, but that's better. Oh my god, my hair looks atrocious. I need to find something to do with it, but I don't actually need glasses. But they're like, maybe it's good if you just have them just on the side so it prevents you from getting like prescribed like real, I mean these are prescribed, but like ones with like your sight and everything in them. So I was like, fine, I'll do it. And now I barely wear them, but for situations like these, I think it's nice to have them. Now I'm gonna start because now I actually only have like 5 minutes, so oh shit, 2 minutes. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna get to my meeting. Guys, meeting is done. It went well. A little bit rusty though because we're all still trying to get to know each other, and it's definitely a very different age groups of people that are doing this internship, so that's interesting. Usually internships, you know that you're gonna meet up with like all, or not meet up, like work with like all college students, but this is actually like a mix of high school and college. It'll be interesting for sure. I'm surprised we started like pretty late because of like technical difficulties, but we ended at the same time. And I have to decide what to wear to work because they have a dress code, but it's not like too strict, but it like, I don't know, still I have to follow within the dress code. So the one thing is like I just don't know if I can wear jeans. I'm gonna wear jeans today and just see if they're okay with it. Obviously not ones with like rips in it, but still. I'm gonna go back to sleep for now, not even gonna lie. Hey guys, I just woke up from my nap. It was really good, but I'm not gonna lie, I kept snoozing the alarm. But it's okay, I still have like 40 minutes. So I'm just finishing up the breakfast that I was supposed to eat in the morning, but I didn't have time to because I need something in my stomach because I don't know how long I'm gonna be at work. I chose my outfit. I'm just gonna wear jeans and t-shirt, and hopefully that's okay. I have to start like getting ready soon though. Okay, so this is what I decided to wear. Just some jeans, a plain gray t-shirt, and some sneakers. And then I just put my hair in braids because I did not have the patience to straighten it. My hair is like really dead right now. And so if I don't have to put heat on it, I'm not. At least until I get my haircut, which I'm doing like in the beginning of August. I want to have like a fresh haircut right before I go to college. So yeah, I'm about to leave now. I've got my bag. I would recommend like checking any emails they sent like right before you leave, because sometimes they'll tell you to bring extra stuff. Like they asked me to bring 2 government issued IDs, so I put my passport card in this, and then my driver's license, obviously my phone, and then I'm gonna put in a water bottle, and yeah. I'm in the car right now. It's so hot. Yeah, on our way. A little bit nervous, but I think I'll be fine. It is July 6th, Friday, and I'm just gonna do a quick update. I have a few minutes before I have to leave for work. I'm definitely struggling a little bit because it's not somewhere that I ever thought I would work at, and it's not somewhere that typically my age group works. I don't think I'll ever be going back to work there again after this like month, because when I got there I was struggling a lot whether I wanted to keep going or just like quit that day, because the work is really easy. That's the thing, the work is really easy, so it's not the work that's making me want to quit. I've done harder work than this. I've had to deal with horrible customers. At least for this job I don't have to deal with that, but it's the environment, which usually in all my past jobs it's been the opposite. It's the environment that I can handle. The job itself is like tough on me. But this is actually quite the opposite. The job is really easy. It's the environment that's really stressful, because, or not stressful, but like draining. It's a big building, but it's dark, and it's basically like a warehouse. It's a huge building though, and there's like circulation, and there's like huge fans and stuff, but I still feel like so suffocated when I go in there. And it's also like all the people that work with me are all adults. A lot of them are actually immigrants, but like I would say majority are immigrants. If like 90% of it are adults, then like 10% of it are kids my age. It's definitely like very different to the work that I've had before, but it pays well, And I just keep thinking to myself, I'm literally only like, I've only started this week. I'm literally gonna be working like Monday to Friday every week after this weekend. So like I'm not gonna work Saturday because it's like way too much for me. I honestly think I would rather be in a retail setting, which is crazy to say. It's definitely not a fun place to work or a great place or anything. I mean, I have to be there, one, all day, two, in that like setting, and it's really tough. But I'm literally, again, only gonna be working this week for the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna be working Monday through Friday, and that's literally it. So for one, I'm only gonna be working the next 3 weeks because I don't want to be working there longer than I actually have to. Number two, it's gonna be time for me to get ready to go back to uni. So I'm literally only gonna be there for 2 paychecks, and then I'm gonna go because it's time for me to go back to uni. So yeah, like I know it'll be worth it when I get the paycheck, but I know it'll be worth it when I get the paycheck. So that's all I'm trying to think. I'm like, but it's not easy, guys. Like, I'm not gonna say retail is easier, but in a way it's better. I don't know. Now it's officially been like 2 weeks since I started my job. So the first week I worked 3 days. I think I got the dates and the days mixed up. That first week that I worked, it was only 3 days. It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I worked this past week, so this was my second week. I'm still gonna continue the job because it's very short term for me, and so since I have the job now and since I'm in it, like there's no point in quitting and then trying to find another job and redoing the whole interview process and the hiring process, because that in itself takes a while. Not so long, but like it takes a while, and then like half my time is gone where I could have earned money. So I'm still gonna continue it. It's honestly probably one of the worst jobs I've ever had, and I've had like not fun jobs. I've had very like tough jobs, but that's more in the way with like, I've had tough jobs in the sense of like customer service is not easy because you're dealing with really ridiculous people, and so in that way I've had like pretty tough jobs, but or not tough, but like just not like easy, but they've been okay. I could deal with them. But this is by far like the worst, because even though I don't deal with customers for this job, it's the like physical, what is it called, not requirements, but like the stuff that you need to do physically is really hard. And I'm there for like 8 hours every day, and I've never done an 8-hour day from Monday through Friday. I've never worked that much, like 40 hours. I've done double shifts before where I've had to work 8 hours, but that's only been like once a week or something like that. I'm in a position where I need to do this job, and so I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna suck it up and do it. This week is over, and then I'm gonna work till the 11th, I think. So August 11th, a few more weeks in me, and then I'll be done. Yeah, so not the greatest, probably the hardest job I've ever had. I don't know anyone like in my I don't know any friends or family members that's ever done work like this. It's not typically like my age group doesn't really go into jobs like this, and so it's definitely really different. The environment is really different, and honestly I'd rather do retail or like a restaurant or something. That's how bad it is, but it is what it is, and it's what I gotta do. So that's my review on the whole job thing. My internship is going well. I'm slowly starting to get like assignments and stuff, so that honestly it's been kind of tough dealing with, because I come home at like 10:15 maybe 10:15 to 10:30. That's when I come home every night. Am I okay? And so it's really tiring, like coming home and then knowing that I have to do internship stuff, but again, it's what I gotta do. I tried to do a few internship things this past week during the weekdays after I came home from work, but it was just really hard. So I have to take the weekend, like the time that I should have off, to do all those assignments, because again, it was really tough like doing it after I came back home. Now I don't really have weekends as breaks anymore either, because the weekends are now for internship stuff and the weekdays are for like my full-time job. That's how I'm balancing it out, and it's not healthy, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, and it's only gonna be like this for a little bit, and then when I go back to uni I'll have a different schedule. So we'll see how that works out, because when I go back to uni I'm gonna have this internship, I'm gonna have classes, and I'm gonna have a part-time job. So we'll see how that works out, but for now it's not easy, but I'm chugging along and I'm doing it. So yeah, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you guys have any advice for me, or if you learned anything from this video, that's great, that's awesome. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.